What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Rewind That Chat, the podcast where time meets fashion. I'm the engineer.
I'm the dentist. So grab your favorite timepiece, sit back, relax, and let's get straight into it.
So, on this week's episode, we've got the Breitling Top Time Tourbillon. Tell me what you think, bro.
I like it. Need to say more?
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Now, we've been over this before in the past. On the technical side of things, Breitling is amazing. On the aesthetic side, I've told you this before, I just don't like how Breitling watches look.
I've got to disagree a little bit there. I am a fan of the Super Ocean.
That's the dive watch, isn't it? We've touched base on this in one of the previous episodes as well. With dive watches, I see them as hit and miss. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. Super Ocean is just kind of falls into the general Breitling category for me, where there's just so much going on the dial.
They are pretty big watches, aren't they, in general, compared to the rest of the market?
For sure, bigger watches for sure, but the dials are just so busy. I like the kind of dials where it's as little as possible. For example, just buttons, maybe numbers, maybe numerals or whatever. Breitling are a very functional timepiece, considering all the information they just throw at you through the dial, but that overload of information just paralysis by analysis for me.
I mean, what they've done here is, though, they've advertised these and said that, these watches, the new setup, they have been inspired by the Ford Mustang, the Shelby Cobra, and the Chevrolet Corvette, three of which are very cool classic cars.
I can see it.
You've got that vintage look to them, which obviously as a watch collector, that's perfect.
Yeah, and recently it started to get into cars as well, which not the best idea financially, but again, they would go hand in hand with that same. If you had one of those cars, you have this watch, it just looks the piece. Get a nice leather jacket as well to boot.
I mean, just specifically looking aesthetics-wise only, the watch with the green dial, I'm assuming that's the Ford Mustang, because the 1967 Ford Mustang is a classic green, and it's that sort of shade. And then we've got the Shelby Cobra in the middle, and we've got the Chevrolet Corvette in the end. But yeah, it just looks, it does remind me of that colour and that colour scheme. And then leather strap.
And the combinations green and gold, timeless.
That is timeless, isn't it? Some of the best watches today have that combination, and everyone wants them. So yeah, why not?
Just take a minute, just look at the sub-dial for the second. Wait, is that a small seconds? No, I think that's a chronograph function. That's a chronograph function, my mistake. As they describe it on T3.com, they call it the squircle. Sorry, Breitling is calling it a squircle. It's the same thing what Apple has done in the past. You've got a square, they round off the edges like a circle. It's a squircle trademark.
Yeah. I don't know what you think of that shape, but you've got a circular watch, and then you're gonna combine it with this, like you say, squircle. That's crazy.
I think it's their way of trying to go around it, because if you put a square subdial on a circular watch or circular subdial on a square watch, it looks out of place. This is probably just their attempt at trying to be a little bit different while still looking the part, so to speak.
Let's go through some of the main features then. And the first off, you've got the Breitling B21 caliber, manufactured by Le Jour Pareil.
Yes, and it's a 55-hour power reserve, which is not too bad, to be honest.
Comparing it to others on the market, that's probably not as good as some ones that you can get, but it's a tourbillon, it's going to take some power, isn't it?
I'm just reading right now. I don't see anything written about whether it's a strictly mechanical hand wind or if it's an automatic. If it's mechanical, not too bad. You spend a bit more time winding up the watch. You get a bit more time to appreciate it every day, every other day. Just spend a bit more intimacy with it. If it's automatic, even better. You get to appreciate it in your own time, and at the same time, you don't need to worry about power reserve as long as you're wearing it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point, isn't it? It's going to be constantly winding as long as it's on your wrist.
Yeah, this has a scaled rotor, so it is a automatic movement, so it will wind as you wear it, so you don't need to worry about the power reserve running too low. 55 isn't too bad for that, to be honest.
Okay, I'll take it back then.
The tourbillon as well. You can see it through the front, and apparently you can see it through the back as well. So theoretically, you could see through to your skin from the front if you look hard enough.
Yeah, we've got a 43 to 44 mil lug across.
From 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock, basically, that is 52 millimeters. 52! Whoa.
No, that's, what I'm saying, is massive.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? Who is this going to fit?
Yeah. I mean, I've tried a Super Ocean in my hand, and it was massive.
I remember that.
Yeah.
But I swear, this is smaller than the Super Ocean, isn't it?
This is slightly smaller.
Oh Jesus!
But yeah,
Wait
this
a minute.
is the other thing that people want to know. Price wise, it comes down to about £38,000. So probably looking at about 43,000, which is a hefty price tag.
It is a hefty price tag, but as far as a Swiss tourbillon goes, it makes sense.
Yep, it's pretty much in line with what we expect from the rest of the market. So I have a question for you, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were given about £500 to spend on a watch. What are you buying?
500.
£500. What are you buying?
Oh, oh, that's a grimy price point. Can I stretch it, or is it a case of literally I only have 500?
Okay, you can go to 10 20%.
Okay, let's just say 10% to be generous. To be fair.
Okay,
So
yeah. Let's say you
550.
got £550, £600. What are you buying?
Now the easy option is I can cop out and get a Seiko or a Tissot,
Yep.
but I'm pretty sure everyone's already expecting that. Let me be a little bit different. Let me be a little bit unique. And we've spoke about this before as well. You got the Baltic, don't you?
Yep.
Well, you know that about their micro rotor movements, isn't it?
Yep.
Coincidentally, that's priced at 545 euros. Ties into so 545 euros to GBP. Let me just double check.
It's fine.
£467.
Not bad.
Perfect. It's funny how that worked out.
Yeah.
I would happily go for the Baltic micro rotor movement, the MR01. I don't know if I told you this or not, but they released a black and gold one, and I saw it. I was like, "Oh my god, I want this right now!" But I got to be financially smart sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes. Just some.
Sometimes, no.
Yeah.
But anyways, to answer your question, I would get this, and let me just spring it back on you. Let's just be a little bit more adventurous. You have a minimum spend of 500. Let's just say a maximum spend of 1,000.
Okay.
What would you buy?
So to be honest, it's quite an easy question for me because it's something I don't have in my collection at the minute, but something I do want. Some sort of PRX. So Tissot PRX.
That was too easy.
It's easy. Okay, fine. There's another watch I'd probably like to have in that price range. Well, another brand, let's say. Well, two other brands. I don't know about you, but I really like Citizen watches for what they stand for. And you can get a really, really nice Eco Drive Citizen watch for about £500-600, and that would
How
probably
did I
be,
forget about that?
and that would be like one of the top of the range ones.
It would.
Yeah.
That
So,
Eco Drive is an absolute powerhouse.
the one I'm talking about is the Red Arrows, the Citizen Eco Drive Red Arrows watch. Yes, it's a big piece, but oh my god, it is beautiful. It's like one of those watches that I don't know, just makes you go like giddy for the tech inside of it because it just looks so high tech. Yeah.
I'm just looking at it right now, and Ben 10.
Ben 10. Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. It is a big piece, man. Leave it out. It'd probably be like the PRX, the Citizen Red Arrows, or it would be some form of Longines.
Longines would be good, to be honest.
Yeah, I know for that price point you can get sort of mid-level Longines.
Oh yeah, easily.
Both our choices were quite good, very different, but quite good. I know you stayed away from the PRX just because you already have one. But
Yeah, and it was so tempting. You sprung the question, and now that was just wrapping it up. My mind's just flooding with different options. I can go for Tissot, I can go for Seiko, I can go for Citizen, Casio. We can literally do an hour-long video on watches below 500.
But unfortunately, we don't have time for that. So
Not today.
I think we'll leave it here today.
Yep.
As always, let us know what you think. Apologies for the slight delay in posting. As always, thank you for watching. This is Rewind That Chat, and we hope to rewind that back to you.
Peace.